You're right, guys. My name is Prim FIFA, and this is episode 5 of Trade into FIFA 14. And in this episode, it's still going to be mainly in forms like last episode, and well, most of the episodes before, to be honest. Because I still do want to get up to Ibrahimovic, and at the moment, I can't afford him. He's currently going for like 500k, and I guess I would be on about 200k at this point. I'm not entirely sure. Um, but whilst I'm recording this, it is quite hard to get more, well, do more trading because the watch list and trade piles have glitched. So you can't get anything out of your watch list or trade pile that you've bought on a bid, or sold on a bid for that matter. So it's quite annoying, but also in this episode it's quite a lot longer because of the fact that when I was recording this, the EA servers were going really slow, so it took me ages to list up the players. Not in this first clip that you see here, but in a minute, whilst I'm trying to remove these players and stuff, it was taking like 10-15 seconds to remove each one from my trade pile, so I had to edit it down quite a lot as well. So that is the reason the episode is going to be a bit longer than normal. And that's also the reason I might ramble on a bit, because I have such a short attention span. So having to speak for what, 6 minutes or however long this video is. Yeah, it's not something I would normally be able to do particularly well because I've got such a short attention span. But at the moment, whilst I'm recording this, I am actually well, it's half time in the Barcelona game. And if you didn't know, they are winning against Levante 6-0. And it's only half time, obviously, which is ridiculous considering it's only the first game of the season, just after pre-season, and Neymar's not even playing yet. He's actually still on the bench, but he'll probably come on. But I think he was suffering from anemia, so he lost quite a lot of weight. So that's probably the reason he's on the bench, because he's not fully fit yet. But hopefully he'll come on, just to see how he does, because I think he'll do really well at Barca. I was saying a few days ago, I think that in a few years' time, when Messi gets a little bit older, I do think that, well, say 6 or 7 years' time, when Messi will be about 33 and Neymar will be 27-ish, I think Neymar will be the best player in the world. That's obviously just my opinion. Don't hold me to that, because it might not happen, obviously. But here's where the trade pass started messing up. You can see I had to actually edit it down because it was just doing the little ring thing in the bottom left corner, to sort of show that it was loading, and it didn't let me remove anything really. It took a long while. But you can see the players that I'm selling, I'm actually making a lot more profit than I did in my trade into Team of the Year Messi series. I'd say on average I've probably made like 3 or 4k per player, but in my trade into Team of the Year Messi series, I was only making like 1.5 to 2.5k probably. On average, there was obviously some deals in there which were a lot more, and some which were a lot less, like a couple of k loss and stuff. But I think the best deal I actually got in that series was the Inform Elderson Echelije, the left back from Braga in the Liga Portuguesa. I think he was informed from the African Team of the Year, Team of the Tournament or something, whatever they called it. I can't actually remember. But I bought him for like 99k, I think, and sold him for 180k. So I haven't actually had any deals like that yet. But in this series, I've tend to have gone for cheaper informs, like for instance this De Bruyne here, who also looks a very good player for Chelsea. I watched him a little bit in pre-season as well, and he played quite well today. I think he got an assist, so that's one to look out for as well. And so just like an example of the cheaper informs that I'm making more profit in is this Chris Wondolowski here. Picked him up for 15,750, and this was whilst the team of the season was out, the MLS, what do they call it? MLS All Stars, yeah. That was while that was out, so he didn't actually sell for that. I think he sold for around 24k or something, which is about 7.6k or 8.6k after tax. So it's still very nice profit. And I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I find deals a lot easier to come by recently. Obviously not for the last few days because of the watch list, so people can't get their players out, so they're going to have to like buy them out. So there's much less players on the market, especially with informs, because some of them are quite rare anyway. But here we pick up a inform Solomon Kalou in a centre attacking mid position for 15k and list him up for 19. And then we have a second inform. Is it Ricardo Costa? Yeah, Ricardo Costa from Valencia. I think, yeah, that is his second in form. Picked him up for 13,750 and listed him up for 18, and that was the only one in that formation. And then we have a team of the season, Borja Valero, in a 4-2-3-1, sorry, for 23,250. I listed him up for 28, and I think he did sell for that first time as well. And then we have the second informed Kevin De Bruyne for. Oh no, sorry, this is the first informed, just in a centre mid position, for 16k, and list him up for 24 or so. And I think at this point it's where the Bundesliga, well, what do they call it? Bundesliga tournament came out, so the Bundesliga League One sort of tournament. And then we have Tom Cleverley, so that's probably why the De Bruyne was a little bit more than normal. Sorry. And then Tom Cleverley in a CDM, I think. Yeah, in a 4-4-1-1. So the position doesn't correspond to his formation, but he still does go for around 21k. But that is coming up towards the end of the episode. So if you have enjoyed, then feel free to subscribe if you are new around here, of course. And you can also leave a like if you wish. But there is my Twitter on the screen, actually. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.